YouTube, resolve it. Got another video. I'm gonna start like a small little mini series called Welcome to the World of a Cheeser. Now, ask yourself this question. Why not join the world of a cheeser? Why not be a cheeser? Excuse me, it's what's popular. It's what's hot on the streets, right? When you get online and you play a random opponent, most likely he will be a cheeser. And if you don't know what a cheeser will do anything to score. Whether run glitch plays, run unstoppable plays, money plays, curl routes, run to the outside, defense, do anything to stop you, nano blitzes, fag D. A cheeser does not care about fundamentals in football. And why does a cheeser do what he does? Because this game allows him to do that. Now I want to run a play. I'm gonna run this in slow motion, and I want you to pay attention to how great this play is. As you can see, after the handoff, all the blocking is set up beautifully. 45 picks up his block, 69 picks up his block, even though it's shedded, it's too late. My halfback is already hitting the gap. 87 picks up his block. And what do you know? Player avoidance kicks in. So I do not run into my player 87. You don't see those funky physics kicking in. 74 comes up and picks up his block on the second level. I hit my juke move, true step kicks in. Look at the physics, it's beautiful. I can't complain about that. But how much do you see that? How consistent is that? How come it can't be fluid like that at least 80, 85, 90% of the time? Look at this. So you're like, what's your point, Rizal? What's the point? What does this have to do with the cheeser? I'll tell you. Next play. Okay. You saw the first play. When it comes to EA and Madden football games, we all wish we can see that type of consistency and fluidity in Madden gaming. Now, this play right here represents a cheeser to the fullest. Only thing is, I'm not playing a human. I'm actually playing the computer, the AI. Now, in this particular play, you're going to watch the halfback. He's going to be running outside the tackles. And as you can see, he already has the ball. But the defense does something that you're used to seeing. Does something that is out of the ordinary. As you can see, when the player gets the ball, 57 takes this weird angle towards the running back. Instead of trying to actually contain him, go outside the tackles, you see him actually try to run in between his own player and two offensive linemen. Therefore, he gets stuck. Now, this is just bad logic altogether. Another thing I want you to notice, Luke Kuechly, Mr. Madden 15 himself, one of the top 5 linebackers that's going to be in Madden 15. As you can see, he does the same thing. Instead of running outside the tackles, he tries to run into these tackles. Now, the game is saying that he's taking the best angle, but in all reality, he's not. What happens is Kuechly ends up getting tangled with number 57. As you can see, it looks pretty homosexual. Their legs are tangled up and they're now ineffective in this play. Now, this is why cheesers run outside the tackles all the time, because of the bad logic of the defense. Now, we all know in the game of Madden, these cheesers, like I said, they're always trying to find ways to exploit this game. And this game will never reach that simulation level as long as these cheesers are allowed to do that. Now, when it comes to a video game, you could always find certain exploits in any football game. But this game of Madden has enough exploits to where these cheesers take over the online gaming world. Let's continue to play. Now, as you can see, when you play the computer, they're going to break out of certain tackles. Especially if they got momentum. They're going to break out of the first 1 or 2 tackles. As you can see, Kuechly is just, running with the worst awareness I've ever seen in a top linebacker. As you can see, he's getting ran through by Cruz. Number 26 is breaking tackles left and right. Kuechly is just clueless, stumbling all over the place, running past the ball carrier like this, and it gets to the point where it gets to my 2 Panther players that were completely out of this play. to having to come back and take this running back down. Now this is just ridiculous, man. And this is why, like I said, they run outside the tackles in this game. So ask yourself, why aren't you a cheeser? It's the way this is the best way to get the most yards, right? It's the best way to score touchdowns, right? It's the best way to have the best online record. Why aren't you a cheeser?
So, have you thought about taking being a cheeser in consideration yet? It can be tempting at times, especially the way this game can play out. It can be very frustrating. Now, what you see on the screen is Madden 25 exploits. These online gamers, especially cheesers, have used and abused these exploits. And there's many more. Now, with Madden 15, they're supposed to be cleaning up a lot of this stuff. They're supposed to be weeding out the casual gamers, the cheesers of the Madden online gaming world. Now, every year that this game has came out, these cheesers have ran this online gaming world. You cannot, to me, in my opinion, you cannot enjoy online gaming experience unless you're willing to sit down and learn some type of Madden defense ebook where you're using hot routes to hot route all your defensive players, and you're not doing that in real life, offense and defense. And they should have some type of penalty for that. If you hot route too many times, your players should get confused and say, "Hey, what am I doing?" But that's another video, another story. But I mean, like I said, unless you're willing to sit down and learn those type of ebooks, that's when you're not even getting into football no more, man. You're playing the cheesers game. And that's what it all comes down to. You can play simulation style all you want to, but with these cheesers, it's very hard to do that. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's very hard to do that, and it can get frustrating. Especially these cheesers have so many different ways of exploiting this game. So prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Madden 15. Prove me wrong, dev team, that you can do that. Because right now, I believe the cheesers are taking over this Madden online gaming experience. And as long as they live just like they do now, live strong, this game can't be sim. It can't. It's your boy Resolve, man. I got mine. What's yours?